I think a lot of people have been very concerned that the city council is not doing the job of the city, and that's wholly false. There's a lot of really good things that the city council and city staff continue to do on a daily basis.
Palm Coast Vice Mayor Teresa Pontieri is reacting to the State Ethics Commission's decision to toss out a complaint against Mayor Mike Norris.
The commission tossed out the complaint, citing legal insufficiency. Pontieri with her take.
Well, the opinion explicitly stated that they made no factual findings with regards to the veracity of the complaint. Basically, the way I read it was, there are certain things that are within the purview of the Ethics Commission, i.e. actions that an official takes that are self-serving or that directly benefit that official in an unlawful way. And nothing was alleged in the complaint. Therefore, they found no legal sufficiency to conduct their own investigation and take it any further.
With that in mind, Pontieri has a suggestion for the Charter Review Committee.
I think we all agree that the city charter needs to be amended for a lot of reasons, but I think one of the reasons that it does need to be amended is that when we have a blatant charter violation like we did in this case, there are some teeth added to the charter so that there's action that can be taken by the council.
Either way, Pontieri says the council is ready to move forward.
For me, this hasn't been a distraction. I continue to do my job each and every day, and I think my council members are doing their jobs each and every day. So while I'm happy to see this put to bed one way or the other, I just want the residents to know that all of us are still working very hard on their behalf.
We reached out to Mayor Norris for a comment, but he did not respond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Moody.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, July 31st.
There's always these one-offs, in our business that just, bring you a little higher degree of satisfaction. One, because you made a difference. This may have been a turtle, but it's important.
That's Flagler Fire Rescue Chief Mike Tucker. 5 loggerhead sea turtle hatchlings were rescued by firefighters yesterday.
The turtles are now safe in the care of the Whitney Laboratory for Marine Bioscience after an unusual journey across State Road A1A near Beverly Beach and were trapped in 2 storm drains at the Oceanside condos. Flagler Turtle Patrol volunteer Jen Jakush.
Usually find their way to the ocean by orienting to light, typically the moonlight reflecting on the ocean. But high up on the dune, they got themselves disoriented and actually went west, which put them right into A1A. And unfortunately, about 25 of them got run over on A1A when they got disoriented and went in the wrong direction.
Heavy drain covers were removed, gas masks were donned, ladders were placed, and firefighters climbed down to retrieve the 5 hatchlings, which were carefully removed and placed into plastic containers for safety.
Their odds are incredibly slim, even in the best of circumstances. So anytime we can do anything to help them, give them a chance at life, is incredibly important. So even though some of them didn't make it, being able to rescue 5 of them one of those 5 could potentially return in 20 years and nest. So that's critical.
For now, the hatchlings are being evaluated and rehabilitated so they can be returned soon to the ocean.
As as firefighters, we're responsible for saving, human lives, obviously. And making a difference in that world, but we're responsible for the ecology of the world and the environment and just trying to make things better. And so this was a great way for Flagler County Fire Rescue crews to make something a little bit better.
Flagler Fire Rescue Chief Mike Tucker. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311. Marineland, the decades-old marine park on the Flagler-St. Johns County line, is up for sale as its parent company, the Dolphin Company, goes through bankruptcy. The listing includes the 6-acre property, 17 dolphins, and business operations, though no price has been listed. In other news, in Flagler Beach, city commissioners have once again rejected updated design plans for a revamped pierside promenade, citing soaring costs. The project was originally budgeted at $1.5 million, but now stands at $2.8. Though the design was praised, commissioners say it's far beyond the original scope and are sending it back for revisions. And finally, in Palm Coast, 2 major leadership hires were announced. Brian Roche as Utility Director and John Zobler as Community Development Director, bringing decades of high-level public sector experience to the city. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.